The next place where I'm going to go, let's see. Hello there. How you doing?
I'm good, Devon.
I see that says Trump. That's a good name.
Yeah.
So, give me just a second here. You don't have a video, and that's fine. So what I'm gonna do here is just split the screen anyway. It's gonna be a blanket screen, but that's okay.
Okay.
What's your question?
So my question is this: I am in a new position in a new role
Mm-hmm.
that my organization they kind of into agile Scrum, but they don't understand the process. They don't know how it works, and I was hired as a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And my challenge is that I am kind of stuck when it comes to abundant charts and then, you know, doing it because they have a lot of work to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get a clear handover from the previous person that was doing the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hired based on the fact that, okay, you are an expert, you should come and do everything for us. So I am just doing my own Scrum based
Okay.
on what I can get from the books.
Okay.
And I'm confused. I'm not that sure if it's the right thing that I'm doing or not. I
Well,
just want to, find out that I'm not doing the right thing. So I need you to give me an advice on how to manage this situation.
okay. So, yeah, let me ask you a couple questions. Okay. Um, the first thought is this: how committed are you to being there?
Very committed. I want to be in there. I want to just that's my place now.
Okay. So you're committed to seeing them through the change, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, do you have they structured any teams whatsoever? Has there been a pilot in the past? Have there been a failure of Scrum that's occurred? Have any of those things occurred so far that you know of?
Yeah, I was told from my questions when I started asking the hiring manager. He said they have the team before, but they couldn't work with the previous Scrum Master that was there. So
Hmm. Hmm.
that
Okay.
was why I was called in. And then when I started, I noticed um, they were supposed to be a cross-functional team,
Mm-hmm.
but I see that some of the team members want to like say I'm the captain of this boat and the kind of that politics, and I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing because they see me as the expert here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it has failed before, but I don't want to be the next failure.
Okay. So now, my question for you is: it sounds like you have a team that's doing Scrum Butt. When I say Scrum Butt, I'm saying they have started Scrum. They may be doing daily Scrums. That may be the only thing that they're doing. They could be doing some other elements of Scrum, but they exist with something. Okay, so you actually have a team. So that's a good thing. So here's what I would do. Okay, I would go and have a meeting with the team. I would literally go have a meeting with the team. Now, why would I have a meeting with the team? To see where the team is at with this. Because the team's level of commitment is going to have a huge impact on me moving forward. Does that make sense? The more committed that team is, the better it's going to be. Because we could almost do Scrum as a side unit without being bothered by anybody else, as long as that team is down for the cause and they're ready to move forward. Now, then, if I have that situation, well, better yet, do you think you have that situation?
Well, I would say yes because at the moment they want to be sure of what is going on. They are not doubting my expertise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one doubting myself because I don't want to fail.
Okay. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start working with that team. And I want you to train that team and make sure that you and that team is on the same page. The reason why I want you to train them is because then you're speaking the same language. They know where you're coming from. You know where they're coming from. You have an agreement. Create some working agreements. Create some working agreements with them up front. Start learning about the team members. Start being an amazing servant leader for them. Because the more you do these kind of things, the more they're going to acquiesce towards you and actually help you be successful. So realistically, am I worried about you failing? No, I'm not worried about you failing unless you decide to give up. I just don't want you to give up. Make sure you establish community, like I said with the other caller, Jay John, so and then you can have a support system. But the idea, though, is that you're going to have more success with them if you put yourself in a position where there is something being delivered. There's something being accomplished. I won't even say delivered, accomplished from a sprint to sprint, week to week, whatever it is perspective. And you're going to be able to keep management off your back. So I will be having some deep conversations with my development team, and then I would start working toward small wins, because those small wins should be able to build your success. And what I want you to understand right now, you're not going to get everything right. You're just not going to get everything right. It's impossible to be perfect. But what you can get right is retrospectives. What you can do is to continue getting better. So here's the best piece of advice that I can give you. Okay? What I would do if I was you is I would run Scrum on myself. You know what I mean by that?
No, that's what I want to ask you. So how do I do that?
Well, you know Scrum. So here's what I did. Back in the day, I was intimidated, so I decided to run Scrum on myself. And what I would do is have 1 day sprints, sprint planning in the morning. At lunchtime, have a daily Scrum with myself. And then in the afternoon, evening, have sprint review, sprint retrospective. Why did I do that? To help me improve, to help me get better at this whole Scrum. Because like you, I remember entering an organization where there was like 10 to 15 coaches that was older than me, and I thought that them being older than me meant they was more experienced than me, meant that they were better than me, okay? And so the way I built my confidence up was by having those small, mini-sized sprints, okay? And that right there always showed me what I needed to improve, what I needed to get better at. Because understand something, every time I came in, there was something I was missing. But what did I do? I found ways to make myself better. I found ways to take those items from the retrospective and start to implement them, and that built my confidence. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if you was able to do that, let's say you started that today, what type of impact do you think that would have on you?
Yeah, my confidence level would surely, increase in myself.
That's what I want you to do. Increase that confidence level, because the more you increase that confidence level, the better everything else is going to be. The more they have confidence in you, the more they see you as a leader, the better life is going to be. So I just want you to put yourself in that position where that is what is happening moving forward for you. So I don't think it's a bad position to be in, but it just takes some time. I mean, realistically, what I would say to you is you will start seeing an impact, some results. Probably a couple months in, real simple. You'll start seeing some results because things will start to change for you. Things will start to get better for you. Things will start to look a little bit different. You'll start looking at the landscape a little bit different. So it's one of those things where I want you to start to build that confidence, and building that confidence is what's going to be super amazing for everybody that you come in contact with. So just run Scrum on yourself. I would recommend anybody doing that, because for real, we're not all born with all that confidence. And if you're brand new to Scrum, haven't done it for a long period of time, that could be an issue for you. So I always, with my new Scrum Masters, anybody I'm mentoring, I give them this exact same tip. Does that make sense?
Sure, it do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that is I appreciate you, and I want to thank you for calling. Again, like I will tell everybody, we are going to be doing this every week at 8 p.m. for about an hour, and then we'll get off. But I want to thank you and enjoy the rest of your night, okay?
Thank you, Devon. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, everybody. That's a really important call. And that call is important because none of us come into a situation where we are born with all this confidence. Okay? None of us have that. Well, maybe you did. I didn't. Okay? I didn't. I remember when I first started doing Scrum, and fortunately for me, the guy who I worked with had all the confidence, man. He had all the confidence. So all I had to do was just be shielded behind him. And I wasn't really truly a Scrum Master then. I really wasn't, to be truthful with you, right? I was just with him, and he was just knocking things out the way. I mean, he was just like, look, we're going to change this whole organization. We're going to take this big old Fortune 100, 500 company, whatever they was, and we're going to change this whole organization, and we ain't going to let nobody stop us. And that was his attitude. And I was just like, this dude is crazy. I said, this dude is crazy. How the heck you gonna take a whole company that don't want to do what you want them, that don't want to do what you thinking that they should do, that the right thing, and we both agree that it's the right thing, and you really believe that this can happen? I was I was blown away with that. So build your confidence for sure. It's a good thing to start off in a place where you're at, but take time to build yourself up. Okay?